and I can feel the cut. You might not think so, but I can feel the little cut they made. I can feel it in there. I just gotta hope it doesn't get infected and it heals. It's gonna be hard for it to heal when I barely eat because I have no motility. Anyways, so I don't think I leave anything out. So I realized that it was a muscle and it wasn't stopping. It was just more of a bummer. And I didn't want to leave my mom's. But eventually I had to come back here. And I gotta tell you, I'm not going to be able to do another part. My stomach is starting to hurt. I'll try to speed it up a little. There's just so much to say, really. So I came back here and still believing it was the spasm. Managed to go into work. I managed to go see a neurologist at DePaul, and she basically had me do all the standard neurology tests, how many fingers am I holding up? Do you feel this? Walk in a straight line, which I passed those. And she said, I can't find anything wrong with you, and I had to beg her just to get an MRI. Lower lumbar MRI. I wanted a pelvic MRI because I felt like there was a nerve in my pelvis that was making things go haywire. Which that could be. But they won't treat you they won't do anything for you unless you're already broken. They don't believe in preventative measures. Or believing what the patient thinks it is. So I ended up not getting the MRI. Time frame's kind of fuzzy now. How long have I been back over here? Like 3 or 4 weeks? 3 weeks? 3 weeks. I've been to a chiropractor, acupuncturist, 2 different chiropractors, acupuncturist. I'm not knocking acupuncture. I did feel a little better after that, and I need to get back there. But I'll cut to the chase, because this is what I've discovered since I've been back here. I do have Lyme's disease. I don't believe that it is gone, even though the second Western blot said that it was. It's 30% false negative on those tests. And those tests don't test for the DNA of the virus, bacteria. I mean, if you read about the bacteria, you'll realize how smart it is and how long it's been around, how good it is at hiding. And you'll see that it's not that easy to get rid of. It's a little course of doxycycline. Unless the Cipro attacked it, which I don't think Cipro goes after bacteria. I mean, it might, but it treats infections. But I seriously doubt it. I believe that the Lyme's was slowly affecting the motility of my colon, which was giving me the indigestion, or slowly backing up my colon. I believe that the Lyme's, in combination with the Cipro, was what caused the spasm, or could have just been the Cipro itself. I do not believe that the spasm would have begun with me just having Lyme's, because of how whacked out the Cipro got me and how many reactions I was having to it. My brain is getting foggy. But basically, what it is for whatever reason, the Lyme's or Cipro or the spasm, I have basically no motility in my colon. My colon doesn't squeeze stuff through, so it just sits in there and aches. It comes out by pressure alone from the design of the colon. Eventually it gets so backed up it just pressurizes out. A little bit comes out. The rest of it stays in there, bloated and toxifying. I do not believe that the Lyme's is the real problem right now. I think it's the spasm. I believe it to be my puborectalis muscle of the levator ani, which I've just discovered today, because the puborectalis, the internal sphincter, the external sphincter have to be relaxed for proper defecation. And my theory is, for colon motility at all three of those have to be relaxed. Because like I said before, when the spasm would stop, it felt like my insides started moving. Now I don't know if they still would after all this time of getting wrecked, because when she did the sigmoid today, it looked like the walls of the colon were just littered with inflammation and mucus. I mean, that didn't stop her from grabbing the little pieces off with the little cuts in there, which I can feel now. I should have just been like, yeah, you can look up there, but unless you find some cancer, don't be pulling chunks out. But that's the story of my life. Should have done something better instead of fucking myself over. So I start shitting blood. I know exactly where it's coming from. It's coming from those cuts. Because blood has yet to come out. There's been mucus, but anyways, so I'm fighting two enemies. Lyme's, which I feel may be somewhat dormant, and the number one enemy, which is the spasm, which prevents me from eating properly. To have to sit there and listen to your stomach all night making noise from pure pressure because it can't squeeze anything through itself. Go to the toilet and know that there's more in there but you can't get it out.